Hey guys, Megan here, and time for another book review. And I apologize if you hear some noises in the background. My nephew joined me, and he wanted to see what I was doing, so he's here. So, back on topic. Today, I'm going to be talking about Book 2 in the Infernal Devices series, and that is Clockwork Prince by Cassandra Clare. And if it's even possible, I like this book more than I like the first one in the series. We're seeing more of the characters, we're getting a better idea of everyone's histories, and just, it's amazing, and I love it. So, start off this book, the council is meeting, trying to decide what to do with Charlotte and Henry and everyone, because they let Mortimer get away, and not only that, they had a spy, aka mate, under their roof, so that's not looking good in their favor. So, trying to figure out what to do from there, Benedict Lightwood is trying to use this as an opportunity to get the Institute from Charlotte. Now, he doesn't think a woman can run the Institute because we are in the late 1800s, so there is a lot of sexism going on still. So, the fact that Charlotte is running the Institute at all is pretty impressive, but of course she's always second-guessed and everything because she is a woman. So, the council makes this, choice. Okay, Henry, Charlotte, and everyone at the Institute has 2 weeks to try and get some sort of lead on Mortimer. And if they fail, they have to forfeit the Institute. So, in this book, we're really trying to find Mortimer and Nate and just figure everything out. We still have no idea what Tessa is, and just so much is going on, and it's fantastic. I absolutely love all the characters still. I don't think there's anything in this book so far that I do not like. Just, there's a little something that I have an issue with, but I will not say that here because of spoilers. So, I'll put that in my little spoilery bit. And just, if you had any doubts about picking up this book, don't. You should go pick it up and read it because it is wonderful. And since I don't want to say any more and risk spoiling anyone, I'm going to move into my more spoilery bit. So, if you have not read this book, I would click away from this video now and come back once you have read it. And really, you should go read it now, because it is great. Okay, spoiler time. So, I'm going to start off with saying what part I really didn't like too much. I have an issue with love triangles. There is just so many love triangles out there in young adult fiction now, and just writing in general, but I see it mostly in young adult fiction. So, in some cases, I don't mind love triangles if they are handled well, and yeah, and other times not so much because of how they're done, and just after a while it gets really cliche. The topic of love is a interesting enough subject without needing to throw a triangle of it in there. But I'll make a whole new video on that another day. Like, the love triangle in this book, I did not hate as much as I thought I would. I actually enjoyed it, probably because I like all 3 of the characters in said triangle. And sometimes when this whole love triangle thing goes on, it gets annoying, and I get fed up with one of the characters, and I want to strangle one of the characters, but in here, I don't really. So, I guess it could have been handled in a worse way, but still, the fact that there's a love triangle just annoys me a bit. So, I'm skipping quite a bit of stuff that goes on in the middle, but that's only because I don't want to spoil the entire book, even in my spoilery bit. So, we find out more about Will and why he left his family to join the Shadowhunters. And I like that. I like seeing, what kind of fueled him to make this choice and, the mean choices that he makes. And I actually felt I felt a lot of pity for him. Will's family is tied up with this whole Mortimer issue. Apparently, after Will left to join Shadowhunters, his father kind of sunk into a depression and gambled away everything that him and his family owned. We also meet the owner of the York Institute, who is I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name because I know I'm going to fail. So, I'm giving up on that. So, I'm curious to see why he has such an interest in Tessa. I'm curious to see why he is so interested in Tessa and his mood changes so much around him. I'm assuming we will see that in the third book. And we find out Jessamine is a filthy little traitor. She has been in contact with Nate and spying for Nate. We found out Nate married her, which is kind of a what moment. Jem and Tessa become a thing. I like that. I think they are a really cute couple and sweet. Though, of course, Will likes her too, so that's kind of a okay. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Though I do like how Will, though it hurts him, kind of backs out and lets Jem and Tessa be together. I don't know how well that will stay in the next book, because we do have a whole nother book to go. So anything can happen between now and the end of that book. And Jem is really sick. His lifespan isn't going to be much longer. So I'm really afraid to see what happens with him in the next book. Because I like Jem. I don't want him to die. We find out that Benedict Lightwood, yeah, he is not going after the Institute purely because he wants to. Apparently he is in it with Mortimer too. And just, oh my god. So many traitors. So many traitors. I like how Charlotte and Henry and everyone handle that. And I love Will's reaction when he finds out that demon pox is a thing. Like, I literally laughed out loud when I read that whole section, especially when he broke out his song about demon pox. Like, I literally was laughing out loud, and of course everyone within 5 feet of me stared at me, thinking I lost my mind. So, I like how that ended, and we end the very end of the book while they're at the council trying to decide the fate of the Institute and everything. Benedict Lightwood retracts his claim that Charlotte is unfit to rule the Institute because Charlotte blackmailed him into letting the council know, yeah, Benedict, he's working for Mortimer. So, you know, they got through him through blackmail. So, he retracted his claim in return for Charlotte not telling the whole clave that he is a dirty traitor. Because I think they deserve that, and I think Jem deserves to be happy especially, because Will, yeah, he's had a bad life too, so I can't really say Jem's had it worse than Will. But, Jem, how can you not like Jem, and how can you not want him to be happy? He's just so sweet. So I really hope they do get married, and I'm so glad Tessa said yes to marrying him. And I'm glad Will isn't, like, seriously pushing for them to not go through the marriage, so I like how that is. He's upset that he can't be with Tessa, but he's not, like, spiteful, I guess is the word I'm looking for. I don't know. So I like how that was handled. But like I said, a lot can happen between the end of this book and the last book, so I guess we'll see. And yeah, I love this book. I have to say, so far, this is my favorite out of this trilogy. And I cannot wait to read Clockwork Princess. So, yeah. Awesome book. Highly recommend people picking it up and at least giving it a shot. So, yeah. That is it for this book review. And I guess I'll see you guys next time. See ya!